Hello again, and welcome back to the basement. As you can see, I'm now back after 2 weeks vacation, and as promised, beginning a series of weekly talks on Wednesdays. Several people have asked me if I went overseas. Well, if PEI counts as overseas, the answer is yes. We spent the first week there and the second in New Brunswick. It was good to spend some time relaxing, and I thank God for the privilege it has been to be able to do so. Whilst on the island, Debbie and I did something neither of us have done for a very long time, perhaps decades. We rented bicycles and went for a bike ride. I can report that it's as easy as riding a bike, but it doesn't feel like it used to. My main aim was to keep the front wheel going in the right direction and the whole thing upright. I had no desire to try to do wheelies or any other of the tricks I tried in my youth. Two other bicycle related things happened on our return. The first one was that our neighbour's son broke his leg in a cycling accident at the bottom of Canterbury Street here in Fredericton. He's 18 and a very experienced cyclist, so that gave me pause about my future cycling career. The second was that we were able to use Debbie's exploits to encourage Grace, aged 8, to learn to ride. After all, if Nana can do it, surely you can. Within about an hour, she had learned to ride, and a few days later was riding like a pro. As the summer begins to tick down, we're moving towards the shorter and cooler days of autumn. This is the time when everything in life usually clicks back into place, and the routines of daily living are re-established. Children go back to school, colleagues come back from vacation, activities begin again, and in the church, the fall programs start. This year, though, it's unlikely to be the same. Rather like Debbie and me riding our bikes, things are going to seem quite precarious. We will recognize what we are doing, but will we feel anywhere near as confident as we did before? This applies to all aspects of our lives, including church. Let's be honest, in this new reality, there are going to be times when we take a tumble, just as our neighbour did from his bike. It's going to hurt. On the other hand, as with Grace, we will be able to learn new things and be able to go on new adventures. I recently bought myself a pair of gardening clogs online. Somehow, I also purchased a copy of a book by the biblical scholar N.T. Wright called God and the Pandemic. This was totally unintentional on my part, but turned out to be providential. One of Wright's main points is that although we need to be aware of the past, the way of the Judeo-Christian tradition is always to look to the future. When the Jews left Egypt, many wanted to go back, but that was not God's way for them. In Christ, God did a new thing, providing the way to forgiveness and life. In the early church, he points out that there were often 4 questions which people asked when they faced a difficulty. What is the problem? Who is most badly impacted? How shall we help? And who will we send? Food for thought. Thank you for joining me today. I trust that you'll be able to do so in future weeks. God bless. And in this continuing time of COVID-19, stay safe.